I made the decision to get behind the wheel after I had a couple drinks too many and ended up getting pulled over for that. There's no accidents, nobody was harmed, but did end up getting pulled over and having to deal with those consequences. I think the biggest thing is I was worried about how it was going to impact my future career with job applications and anything like that. Just didn't want this following me.
When a client gets charged with DUI, they're certainly in fear. Many times there's a sense of shame. They're upset with themselves. And they call my office and they're looking for somebody to give them some mapping of what's going to happen. And we like to get on the case right away because there's potentially a DMV hearing that needs to be requested. And we want to help get them through the system and start defending that case from the very beginning. Because if you don't hire an attorney, you may miss that DMV deadline. There may be evidence that's lost because it's no longer preserved. So we want to get on the case right away to start helping our clients. When a client calls and I want to relieve their stress, what I want to do is first give them the framework of the DUI. What happens is for most people, they just don't know. And when I sit there and spend the time to explain how a DUI works, that there's both a civil side to that concerning a license revocation and a criminal side, they start to understand that and it starts to help relieve some of that stress. Some of the biggest mistakes someone can make when they have a DUI charge is to not get an experienced DUI attorney. Whether it's a blood, breath, or refusal, you need somebody that's tried each one of those types of cases and has had success for many years.
As far as we think about DUIs, there's kind of two parts of it, right? You're dealing with the DMV who wants to take your license, you're dealing with the courts who wants to, put this on my record and put me on probation and everything like that. So going into the DMV part, I just done a lot of reading on the internet and other law firms had said, hey, you're probably not going to win your DMV trial and that's going to result in you losing your license and then you'll have to have like a restriction device in your car for 2 years. And I got a phone call one day from Mr. Bussey that said, hey, we won your DMV trial, your license is good to go, and as far as the DMV is concerned, you never got pulled over. So that was something that he found in the police report. There was just an error made on that end that ended up benefiting us. And then as far as the court was concerned, he just really took the time to look through some of the legal steps that police officers are required to go through as they fill out paperwork and all of those details and kind of cross-reference that with some of the testing and the state standards that they are held to and found some discrepancies in their work and the expectations that the state has for them, and ultimately ended up using that to get this completely dropped.
A client would choose the Bussey Law Firm because of our experience and our success. There's many different options for attorneys. You want somebody that's going to take the time to look at your case, the time to investigate your case, and has the experience to analyze your case and actually litigate the case. What makes our firm unique is you have two attorneys that have handled hundreds and hundreds of cases. We have the experience, we have the knowledge, and we can get you justice.
I think from the get-go, there was no judgment. And I think that when we're thinking about some of these missteps and, some of these charges, there can be a lot of shame surrounding a DUI. And I think that from the get-go, Tim was very clear, there is no shame in any of this. I'm not judging you. And even from the initial intake process of, hey, let me ask you questions about your history and all of that, to getting my blood report and seeing the footage even, which nobody wants to see, and just no judgment ever from him. Just, hey, I'm on your side, I'm advocating for you. So I think that that was one of the most positive parts of this experience.
When somebody's afraid to contact an attorney because they're afraid about the potential expense, I would say reach out and contact an attorney. What happens is it is expensive, but in the long run, you're going to want to hire an attorney that can help minimize the consequences of an allegation. And with the money, it's cheaper to hire an attorney in the beginning because they can start addressing issues than to wait until things get out of control. So you want to hire an attorney right away.